6.25 전쟁 당시 가장 많은 인원이 참전했던 나라 미국. 오늘날 미국은 6.25 전쟁을 어떻게 기억하고 있을까? 미국 고등학교의 역사 교과서. 이 책에 6.25 전쟁이 등장한다. 그 치열했던 역사의 기록은 고작 서너 줄. 베트남 전쟁을 자세히 설명한 것에 비하면 초라하기 그지없다.
People come up to me and say, "Thank you for your service," and I say to them,
It did take me a long time because I had bad, and I could think of nothing good to say about Korea, North or South.
I've no desire to go back to Korea. Another thing too.
한국, 그들이 청춘을 바친 나라. 그러나 지금 한국은 고통스러운 기억이다. 미국 북동부 해안에 위치한 메릴랜드주. 뉴욕에서부터 이곳까지 꼭 만나고 싶은 사람이 있어 먼 길을 달려온 이가 있다. 미국의 한 대학에서 정치학을 가르치는 한종우 박사다.
Hi, Jesse. Hey, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
집에 들어서자마자 카메라부터 꺼낸다. 뭘 하려는 것일까?
So, thank you for receiving me.
You're sure welcome. Glad to see you came, sir.
So let's start our interview, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
I landed in Korea on the 4th of August, 1950.
50.
Yes.
So tell me about the battle that you participated.
Well, we started off we landed at Pusan. We was on LST ships, landed in Pusan, and we moved forward and to drive the North Koreans back across the Naktung River.
Nakdong River.
Yeah.
Okay.
And landed and drove them back across the Naktung. And left there then, and that's when we made the Incheon landing. And then after that, our next mission was to go back aboard ship and make the Wonsan landing.
Wow, so you participated in the major battle in 1950.
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
Wow.
노병의 기억은 오래된 사진첩에도 여전히 살아있었다.
This is my home. This is I graduated from boot camp.
군대가 어떤 곳인지, 군인이란 무엇인지 채 알기도 전에 그는 전쟁이 한창인 한국으로 향했다.
There's only so much that you could do. I know that coming out of the Chosin Reservoir, I got a second-degree frostbite, and I'm really lucky that that's as bad as it was because some of the people they lost their feet, had to have them taken off and hands.
6.25 전쟁 발발 일주일 만에 유엔군 중 제일 먼저 전쟁에 참전한 나라 미국. 참전 규모도 가장 컸고 사상자도 가장 많았던 나라 역시 미국이었다. 한종우 박사는 미 참전 군인들을 찾아다니며 참전 경험을 영상으로 기록하고 그들이 소장하고 있던 자료들을 모으고 있다. 이 작업이 어느 정도 갖춰지면 참전용사 디지털 추모 박물관을 만들 계획이다.
전쟁이라는 그 힘든 과정을 직접 경험한 그 사람들의 눈으로 본 한국 전쟁을 제가 역사적으로 기록에 남기고 싶었습니다. 그리고 그 기록을 통해서 우리 젊은이들에게 전쟁의 교훈을 교육하기 위해서 2006년부터 지금까지 그 참전용사들의 인터뷰를 시작을 했고, 지금 현재 약 한 700여 개의 인터뷰를 저희 재단 웹사이트에 축적을 하고 있습니다.
현재 생존해 있는 미 참전 군인들은 5만 명 정도. 하지만 한 박사에게 주어진 시간은 그리 많지 않다.
John. It was in the middle of Korea. And after we were there for about 60 days.
지금 보고 계시는 참전용사의 인터뷰는요, 제임스 스톤 씨라고 하는 미국에서 가장 명예스러운 명예 무공 훈장을 받으신 분입니다. 임진강 유역에서 1개 소대병력으로 중공군 2개 대대병력을 막아낸 그런 업적으로 무공 훈장을 받았는데요. 이분을 제가 2012년에 인터뷰를 했습니다. 그런데 그 한 달 후에 돌아가셨어요. 이렇게 참전용사들이 매일 하루가 다르게 다 돌아가고 계시고요. 현재 참전용사들의 평균 연령은 85세시고요. 2000년도에 비하면 지금 30%가 감소한 그런 상황입니다.
인터뷰를 약속했던 노병이 갑자기 세상을 떠나버린 일도 다반사였다. 앞으로 몇 명이나 더 만날 수 있을지 걱정이다. 그래서 약속이 잡히면 만사를 제쳐두고 달려간다.
이분들을 찾아다닌다는 것이 굉장히 고달픈 일이긴 합니다. 그러니까 그곳을 매번 가야 되고 장비를 끌고 또 많은 인력들이 동원이 돼서 해야 되고, 그걸 또 섭외한다는 일조차도 사실은 쉽지가 않습니다.
Come to me.
There you go. Are you Robert McCarthy?
Yes, I am.
Hi, my name is Jong-woo Han.
See them all the time.
로버트 씨는 전쟁 때 입은 부상으로 평생을 목발의 의지에 살고 있었다.
Because a friend of mine was in the 5th Marines. It was a regimental combat team that was sent there. And he relieved a bunch of Army people that was ready to go to sea. I mean, leave the country. And they started pushing the Chinese back.
Yeah.
6.25 전쟁 당시 상륙작전이 있을 때마다 먼저 투입돼 방어선을 뚫고 길을 트는 역할을 맡았던 미 해병대. 특히 사상 최악의 동계 전투라 불리는 장진호 전투에서 미 해병대는 15,000여 명의 병력으로 자신들의 10배가 넘는 중공군과 맞서 싸웠다. 장진호 전투는 미국에서도 역사상 가장 참혹한 전투로 기록되고 있다. 중공군과 싸우면서 혹독한 추위와도 사투를 벌여야 했다.
The first night, I was the only platoon prepared, really. Fortunately, the main thrust was at us. I had a section of machine guns with me. This machine gun section killed Chinese and just rose. I mean, well, we must have wiped out a whole damn regiment.
말이 박힌 자리엔 피얼음이 맺힐 정도였다.
I suspect in front of my platoon we had easily 1,000 dead China, and they literally froze to death if they weren't killed by a bullet.
로버트 치는 장진호 전투를 얘기할 때면 생각나는 한 사람이 있다고 한다.
He must have killed at least 60 or more Chinese. I only wrote him up for 30-some, because everything, they wouldn't believe me if I wrote him for 7 here. Because he was shooting right down this draw, nobody else could be shooting there. But Hector literally stopped the Chinese penetration, single-handed. And he didn't get hit until he was grabbing hand grenades and throwing them out of the hole.
Could you please introduce Hector Cafaretta to me?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
헥터 씨를 만나기 위해 미국 남동쪽 끝까지 달렸다. 차로 꼬박 하루가 걸려 도착했다. 빨리 그를 만나고픈 마음에 피곤함도 있고 카메라를 챙겨둔다.
Hector?
Sir, how you doing?
Fine, thank
Come on
you.
in.
Hello.
Hello.
I am so happy.
헥터 씨는 장진호 전투를 어떻게 기억하고 있을까?
And you're a rifleman, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a good one. Anyway, we moved up. We're going to move up. And now are we going to walk it with our packs? We had 100-pound packs. And we were up at elevation. And it was colder than hell and the wind blowing.
No, you have a still memory. Very good.
그를 전쟁 영웅으로 만든 사건 하나가 있었다.
And I guess I was tired, so I kind of laid down. And I don't think I went to sleep. But all of a sudden, I heard something, and I got up, and there they were. From here, halfway across my lawn to the road, they were right there. Yeah, so I shot 4, and then there were 4 more. I shot them.
그 사건은 어느 화가에 의해 그림으로 그려졌다.
Here's the picture Waterhouse did. That's the description that we got from. This is Benson loading that extra rifle.
Is it Benson here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the other 3 kids who are in here with him. And that's me.
That's you.
Yeah. And this is the way these.
Yeah.
I got it out. There it is.
It around you?
Yeah. Don't.
전쟁을 끝내고 미국으로 돌아온 그는 영웅이 돼 있었고 젊은 나이에 군인으로서 가장 영광스럽다는 명예 무공 훈장을 받았다.
Get him out of this house, okay? Right after this interview. Who's this?
That's me.
No, you kidding me?
전쟁의 영웅이 된 기분은 어땠을까?
Something you're not going to believe it. But up until a year or so ago, I always thought there was 4 of them. And they were freezing.
Huh?
They were freezing. They were, it was terrible. I see them. They had their rifles way down. And they're standing right in front of me. Their faces are frozen and they're just frozen.
그런데 이상하게도 자꾸 그 당시 중공군을 죽인 얘기를 반복한다.
Jesus Christ, I gotta shoot the poor bastards. And mind you, by now I shot so many, I don't even know. But I just felt so sorry for them. And then I realized that I don't shoot them, they'll shoot me. So I shot them.
죽을 수도 있다는 두려움. 그래서 죽여야 한다는 공포. 사람들은 그를 영웅이라 했지만 정작 자신은 사람을 죽인 죄인이라 여겼다.
Yeah, they poor bastards. I felt sorry for them. And I shot them. And then, okay, now I never had no PTSD that I know of. I never had no bad dreams. Because I don't remember good. So I guess that helped. We can take it off.
기억나지 않는다고 했지만 너무도 또렷이 기억하고 있다.
Made that picture.
Oh.
I mean, he painted it.
그때와 마찬가지로 무덤덤한 표정 뒤에 고통을 감추고 있었다.
Do you suffer from PTSD?
Because there's things that he says that he imagines, I believe, you know, that I don't think is true. Like when you think someone's coming through the house. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say what you
Well,
want to say.
that's, you know, he imagines.
I'm suspicious.
Yeah, so even I make sure that all the doors are locked and everything, but he feels that somebody's getting in here, or sometimes when he's lost something or misplaced something, he thinks somebody came and took it. Things like that.
Yeah. How do you feel that when he is suffering from it?
Oh, I'm upset, and I try to get him to calm down. I try to make him comfortable so that he can go to sleep, because he doesn't sleep well at night, and so I think he's more on edge. And so if he can take a nap in the chair for an hour or so, I think it helps him. And he's what?
That's enough.
But I want to thank you for.
Just don't make an ass out of me.
Okay.
That's all.
But thank you very much for your fight and sharing this story with us. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Doris. Thank you for sitting me in your lovely home.
자신이 죽인 중공군과 여전히 싸우고 있는 헥터 씨. 그의 전쟁은 언제쯤 끝날 수 있을까? 참전 군인들의 전쟁 트라우마는 생각보다 심각했다.
1404, so
헥터를 만나고 난 후 한종우 박사는 그 길로 텍사스를 찾았다. 오래전부터 미군 포로를 찾고 있었는데 수소문 끝에 이곳에 사는 한 사람과 연락이 닿았다.
Good morning.
Hi, is this Clifford's house?
Yes, it is.
Uh-huh. My name is Jong Woo-han. Remember me? I called you.
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
그런데
yeah,
만나기로 한
so,
시간에 그는 집에 없었다.
Where do you think we can find him?
Well, he usually walks down the street in that direction for a short distance for his morning walk, so you probably could find him on his walk in that direction.
Oh, really? 저 사람인가? 한번 물어봐야 되겠네. Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for Lions Club. Is this Lions Club? Yes, it is. Oh, okay. I'm looking for a Korean War veteran. His name is Clifford. Are you, by the way, any chance?
Yes, I am.
You are the one?
I am the one.
Oh, okay. Let me park and I'll get you there, okay? All right. So please stay there.
전쟁 포로들을 만나는 건 흔치 않은 일이다. 그래서 되도록 많은 얘기를 담고 싶은 욕심이 생긴다.
Hi, Mr. Petray.
Yes, it is.
Oh, so good to see you.
We don't want to talk about that. That's something that I really don't enjoy. It brings back too many hard memories to me. So if it's all the same to you, we'll forget about all that. We'll use a different approach.
6.25 전쟁 얘기는 하지 않겠다는 그를 한참 동안 설득했다.
Well, maybe. We went over the side of the ship and made the amphibious landing into Incheon, and we came under heavy fire, and I was shot in the left, through my left ear and the side of my head. I was wounded severely there and very nearly bled to death.
어.
Of course, most of my troops were killed or captured. We were diminished or demolished, you might say, from 821st Maryland Battalion to 119. I got back there on the 15th day of April of 51.
포로 수용소 얘기가 나오자 말을 잇지 못하는 피트레이 씨.
But anyway, there was about 3,000 people died in Choctaw. That was from the entire group, British and Turkish, and the mixture of all of them. I don't like to talk about that, but it was trying. It was a brutal experience, and no, it is not pleasant to talk about those things because I lost a lot of friends there. And
대체 그곳에서 무슨 일이 있었던 걸까? 자세한 얘기는 집에 가서 들려주겠다고 했다. 놀랍게도 그는 포로 생활 당시의 사진들을 갖고 있었다.
Choctaw Camp 5, and I spent most of my time right in this area. And this is the Yellow River, of course. We were out on the point here.
압록강 인근에 위치했던 벽동 포로 수용소. 포로 수용소라고 했지만 철조망이나 감시초소 따위는 없었다. 그저 민가였다. 6.25 전쟁 동안 포로가 됐던 미군은 약 7,000명 정도. 이 중 40%가 학대와 병으로 사망했다. 그런데 북한은 포로 생활이 마치 고급 호텔 생활인 듯 선전하며 미군을 비롯한 유엔군을 회유하려는 포스터를 배포했다.
This was taken shortly after I came home from Korea.
전쟁이 발발한 지 3년 1개월 만에 휴전 협정이 체결됐다. 동시에 오랫동안 타협점을 보지 못했던 포로 송환 문제도 매듭지어졌고 정전 협정 일주일 후 본격적인 포로 송환이 이루어졌다. 클리포드 씨도 수용소 생활 2년 만에 고국으로 돌아왔다. 그리고 돌아오자마자 군복을 벗어버렸다.
When I first went in the military, I wanted to get away from the farm. I didn't like farm life. But after I had gone overseas and was introduced into war and really knew what the military was all about, it became part of me. It's in the blood. I did change my mind after I went home. And I got out of service. I was a sergeant first class when I got out. And I figured I'd had enough.
모든 기억을 지우고 평범하게 살고 싶었지만 그의 삶은 만신창이가 됐다.
We were married 61 years ago. And when we were first married, he went through a lot of nightmares, and at one time he started to beat on me and I couldn't understand why. And as years goes on, I met other wives of POWs. And we started talking about it, and they all had the same situation. Their husband was either an alcoholic or an abuser, or just had a lot of terrible, terrible nightmares over the many years, and he still has them.
Still has it.
Yes.
포로 수용소. 그곳은 죽지 못해 사는 곳이었다.
Well, 3 different places.
Can you point?
Legs, one through the neck.
Through the neck.
Yeah. Right here. Went through here, come out over here. It was pathetic. Most of them, they don't give medical treatment. The Chinese don't give much. They let their own men die.
They took me out and they put me in solitary. That's when I was confined to those wooden boxes. It was a wooden box. We called it the kennel. Right. The box. It was about 3.5 feet high, 2 feet wide, about 5 feet long. Mm. And they put me in that. I was in that for 8 months.
The first, I'm going to say 6 months, early 51, Camp 5, we had just arrived there. They were bringing troops in, or troops, I call them, prisoners in daily. And we had deaths by the hundreds. People were dying daily. And that was awfully painful. And the worst part was we didn't know their names, most of them. And then we had to take these folks out and bury them.
며칠 후 클리포드 씨 집에 손님들이 찾아왔다.
Yeah, come on in. And this thing, I don't know, he's an old friend of mine, an old retired sergeant major that I've known for a good many years.
Very nice meeting you, sir. Yes.
1년에 한 번 6.25 기념일이 다가오면 지역 참전 군인들과 만남을 갖는다.
Wow, you have so many friends here.
Oh, yeah.
From nothing to eat and nothing to...
이들은 전쟁의 부상으로 인해 거동이 편치 않은 상태다.
I was wounded in Korea and have a big scar on my leg and about a 7-inch scar with 3 different operations over the years. And it's a big hole about 1 inch deep in my leg now from the different operations.
That everybody was hoping for $100 million wound, and that one would take you back to the States and take you out of the military. But nobody wanted to be wounded.
그 당시 한국 군인들이 흥얼거리던 아리랑은 입에서 입으로 전해져 이들에게도 위안의 노래였다고 한다.
Wow, you remember those songs?
Oh, yeah.
So let's go.
I can take some in my car. Free.
클리포드 씨와 전우들이 모이면 찾는 곳이 있다. (2002년) 한인협회에서 만들어준 6.25 전쟁 참전용사 기념공원.
2002 or 3.
공원에는 참전 군인들의 단체 비석이 있다. 지역 내 참전 군인들이 세상을 떠날 때마다 이곳에 이름을 새겼다. 몇 해 전부터 이름이 부쩍 늘고 있다. 노병들이 하나 둘 앞다퉈 세상과 작별을 고하고 있는 것이다. 이제 빈칸도 몇 개 남지 않았다. 이들도 이곳에 이름을 남길 날이 얼마 남지 않았음을 잘 알고 있다. 내가 죽으면 세상은 나를 어떻게 기억할 것인가. 사실 미국 내에서 6.25 전쟁은 잊혀진 전쟁, 심지어 패배한 전쟁으로까지 인식되고 있다. 실제로 정전협정식이 끝난 직후 미군 사령관은 6.25 전쟁을 패배한 전쟁이라고 고백했다.
And I don't know why that anybody would call it a forgotten war. We in the military called it a lost war because it was the first war that we had ever fought in that we really didn't have a real victory.
전쟁이 끝난 후 고국으로 돌아온 미군을 향해 비판적인 여론이 쏟아졌다. 특히 많은 해병대원들이 희생된 장진호 전투는 최악의 패전이라고 비판했다.
People come up to me and say, "Thank you for your service." And I say to them, I appreciate it, but you just don't understand what a great time it was. There's a great line written by a Marine colonel who, on retirement, when I was an enlisted man, he was my superior. And he says, I take one step backward, retiring. I continue to look with tolerant scorn on the rest of the world, for we are United States Marines.
미국인들에게 6.25 참전 미군들은 잊고 싶은 역사였다. 그 결과는 역사 교과서에 나타나 있다. 170만 명이 넘는 미국 젊은이들이 목숨 걸고 싸웠던 6.25 전쟁은 겨우 서너 줄로 기록됐다. 그런데 미국이 패배한 베트남 전쟁에 대한 기록은 여러 장에 걸쳐 수록돼 있다. 당시 미국 국민 대다수가 베트남 전쟁을 반대했었고 미군의 철수는 국민들의 뜻에 따라 이루어진 결과였다. 교과서에는 그 내용을 자세히 기록하고 있다.
I think there's politicians that are executives in the school system that approves the manuals and books for the students didn't feel that Korea was worth it.
It did take me a long time because I had it bad. I mean, I really had a chip on my shoulder. And I could think of nothing good to say about Korea, north or south.
Have you been back to Korea?
No.
You never been back to Korea?
Well, I don't look. I spent 29 months over there. That's enough.
You are sick and tired of it?
Look, I have no desire to go back to Korea. Another thing too is my
이분들의 심정은 지금 한국에 돌아가고 싶지 않다는 말씀을 하시는데 정말 그 어려웠던 전투에서 정말 많은 전우들을 잃고 간신히 살아서 돌아왔었는데 사실은 미국에서도 이들을 바라보는 시선이 곱지 않았었습니다. 그렇기 때문에 이들조차도 사실은 6.25 전쟁에 참여했었다라고 하는 얘기들을 하기가 사실은 곤란한 그런 상황이었었죠. 이 참전용사들 스스로도 6.25 전쟁에 대해서 사실은 기억하고 싶지 않았던 그런 심정이었을 겁니다.
통한의 세월 속에 참전 군인들은 스스로 6.25 전쟁을 잊혀진 전쟁으로 만든 것이다.
The veterans felt when they came back I did. I didn't feel like we'd accomplished anything because we had 36,000 killed, but we were still in the same place where we started. That's one of the reasons the veterans didn't talk about it, because the American people didn't really talk about it much either. So when we came back, we didn't talk about it because we didn't think anybody cared. And actually, we didn't do anything.
참전 군인들을 만나기 위해 자동차 한 대로 미 전역을 다니는 건 쉽지 않은 일이다. 텍사스에서 워싱턴까지 3일 밤낮을 달렸다.
Hello? Hey, Catherine.
Hi, Dr. Hans.
Hey.
So good to see you. Come
Hey,
on in.
thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
Thank you.
2년 전 한 박사가 인터뷰했던 참전 미군의 가족들이다.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Dr. Hahn,
Yeah.
I know you've met my father before he passed away, and you've talked to my mother, but I'd love for you to meet my son.
Absolutely. Where is he?
He's back here with us.
Okay.
Come on through.
How old is he?
He's almost 12. His birthday is on my birthday.
Ah,
We have
same
the same
birthday?
birthday,
Oh
yeah.
my, what is it?
Just
Hey.
a second. This is my son, Kendall.
Hey, very nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
Yeah, I heard a lot about you from your mom, huh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
To Marines, I think. What do you think?
Are you sure?
Maybe.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
You know that your grandfather was Marine?
Yes, he was.
Yeah. So this must be your father.
Yes, this
Jack?
is him. Yes.
Yeah. How old was he?
He was, I believe, 18.
Yeah,
When
18.
when he
Yeah.
went into the
Yeah.
Marine Corps.
Wow.
Yep.
What a handsome man he is. Huh?
18살 어린 나이에 해병대에 자원 입대했던 그는 입대하자마자 6.25 전쟁에 참전해 꼬박 3년을 전장에 있었다.
Do you remember he talked about his service when you were growing up?
He really didn't talk about it very much when we were growing up. From the Marine Corps, the Korean War, Veterans League, all of that. He just didn't go into a lot of detail. We knew he was a veteran. We knew he was a Marine, but we had no real information.
You know, if there's an enemy.
평소 말수가 적었던 아버지. 그렇다 보니 다정한 아버지는 아니었다. 아내만이 남편의 고통을 알고 있었다.
He felt like.
And that haunted him.
And that
bad
haunted
dreams.
him. He remembered one particular incident where he had to shoot somebody, and it stayed with him the rest of his life. He dreamed about it.
Suffer.
It haunted him his entire life.
제이크 오루크 씨. 그 역시 전장의 고통에 평생을 괴로워하다 1년 전 세상을 떠났다. 그가 떠나던 날, 자식들은 처음으로 아버지를 봤다. 아버지가 눈을 감는 그날까지 떨쳐내지 못했던 것. 한평생 혼자 감추고 싶어 했던 그 진실을 알게 됐다.
And I remember at his funeral dinner, all of the Korean War veterans and the chosen few were at his dinner, and they said, when you are ready, I want you to know that there's a video online of your father being interviewed about his service in the Korean War. So it took me, well, I think we watched it shortly after that.
I hit my head, and that's when I knew that showtime, this is it. So that was my first encounter of what was going to happen.
Were you thinking that you might die?
Yeah, many times, yeah. Many times.
영상에는 두려움과 슬픔에 가득 찬 18살 소년의 아버지가 있었다.
Many feelings. I learned a lot more about my father when I watched the video. I tried to rewind the clock and put myself in his shoes and what he must have felt at the age of 18 or 19 going into a situation like that.
가족들은 지금이라도 아버지의 마음의 짐을 덜어주고 싶었다. 한 박사도 제이크 씨 가족들을 위해 해줄 수 있는 일이 무엇일까 고민했다. 며칠 후, 한 박사는 제이크 씨 가족을 다시 만났다.
Hey, Emily, how are you? Good, how are you? Ah, so good to see you again.
이들이 만난 곳은 국립해병대 박물관.
Go ahead.
가족들을 안내해줄 해병대 참전 군인도 특별히 초청했다.
Good morning. Good afternoon. My name is Al Ullman.
My honor to meet you, sir.
Thank you.
Very nice meeting you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you for coming.
By all means, thank you for
Yes.
visiting.
이곳은 박물관이자 전쟁에서 전사한 해병대원을 추도하는 기념관이기도 하다. 박물관 내부에는 한국관이 별도로 마련돼 있는데 6.25 전쟁 당시 사용했던 물품들이 고스란히 전시돼 있다.
Well, the boots. Now they're called shoe pack. And shoe pack are winter shoes that are rubber on the bottom and leather on the top. But because of their construction, they would create a lot of sweat in the feet, stop marching. Well, then the sweat would freeze, and then frostbite was the result. So this represents the way the Marines coming out of the Tactong Pass would have looked down at Hang Nam. Now, this is what we colloquially call the cold room.
입구에 들어서자마자 강력한 한기가 느껴진다. 이 안의 기온은 영하 20도. 1950년 그 겨울의 추위 그대로다.
Yes, and we want people to try to experience that because it was a terribly cold experience.
And it's really shocking. I imagine him so differently when I think about conditions like this. Because he was so strong. And I couldn't imagine him being in these kind of situations.
오루크 씨의 손녀는 할아버지가 참전했던 6.25 전쟁, 그 처절하고 고통스러웠던 전장을 처음으로 바라봤다.
When you said, why have you been thinking about Korea more lately than before? At the time my father was 82 years old, and he said, maybe because I'm taking inventory of my life and looking back. And this obviously was a very important time in his life. However brief and however long ago, it was still with him every day for the rest of his life.
한종우 박사가 다시 노스캐롤라이나주로 향했다. 로버트 씨가 한 박사를 다시 만나고 싶다고 연락이 왔기 때문이다.
Hughes was. I knew generally, but
그는 한 박사를 가족 모임에 초청했다.
See your family?
it's my family.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you?
가족들은 아버지와 한 박사와의 인터뷰 영상을 봤다고 했다.
I was like 44, 45. I never knew what. I knew he was in the Marines, and I knew he went to war, but I didn't know what. But I saw a video that he made about being in the Korean War, Chosin Reservoir.
Mother's Day.
참전 사실을 알면 가족들이 실망할까봐 감추고 살아왔다는 로버트 씨. 그런데 그의 자식들은 인터뷰 영상을 보고 난 후 뜻밖의 반응을 보였다.
Technology is very, very, very good over there. She actually has the tablet I had before, which was the Tab 2. It was one of the first Samsung tablets that I had owned.
Real well.
In what?
Built up. Economy-wise, people are happy.
What do you think?
Without people like him, they wouldn't be what they are today. They'd be like North Korea.
Thank you.
가족들의 관심에 로버트 씨는 시간 가는 줄도 모르고 전쟁 얘기를 들려준다.
Good. Very good.
That's why we keep going back.
65년을 기다렸던 순간이다.
Korea at night, and here is all South Korea.
집으로 돌아가는 메카시 씨의 발걸음이 무척이나 가벼워졌다. 지금 이 순간만큼은 그는 전쟁의 패배자가 아니었다. 알지도 못하는 낯선 땅에서 청춘을 바쳤고 그 대가로 평생을 서러운 고통 속에 살아왔던 6.25 참전 미군들. 그날 그곳에서 왜 그토록 열심히 싸웠는가? 그들은 지금 그 답을 찾아가고 있다.
Hard is for the Korean veteran to go and see what it looks like today compared to what it looked like when they were there. That's the awakening, to know that Korea really has done something with what we did, and it makes us very proud.
And I do believe that one day I will go back to Korea.
Imagine all